Hey y'all, Billy Thompson here. If you're looking to fix up your truck, figure out what that weird noise is, or just learn a thing or two about keeping your car running right, you've come to the right place. I keep it simple, straight up, and hands-on. Go ahead and give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And let's get to work. Enough jawing, let's dive in.
Electronically controlled transmissions, the output shaft speed sensor, OSS, is located at the end of the transmission in front of the drive shafts or drive axle. The output shaft speed read can be used to determine when to shift, as well as the torque converter timing and the electronic pressure control inside the transmission. The OSS sensor is also normally used to display the speedometer reading, so the data it contains may not be correct. In some cars, the OSS sensor is in line with the transmission fluid temperature (TFT) sensor. If the TFT sensor or the associated wiring is faulty, the OSS sensor may also malfunction. Therefore, if there are other errors associated with the TFT sensor with the code P077A, look for a possible problem with any of these sensors or the wiring between them. Symptoms of malfunction. The main P077A fault symptom for the driver is the illuminated MIL, malfunction indicator light. This is also referred to as the check engine or simply the check engine light. It can also manifest as other related fault codes may also be present. The speedometer or tachometer is not working, or is faulty. Gear changes are difficult. Problems shifting gears. The engine does not accelerate well. Jerky or false ignition at idle or under load. The engine may stall or not start. Reduced engine power. Increased fuel consumption. The P077A error is quite serious, as the conditions that lead to its persistence can cause damage to the transmission. Causes of the error. The P077A could mean that one or more of the following problems have occurred. The output shaft speed sensor, OSS, is faulty. The transmission fluid temperature sensor, TFT, has failed. Open, short-circuited wiring or short-circuited connectors in the circuits of the sensors listed. Sometimes the cause is a faulty PCM module. How to remove or clear fault code P077A. Some suggested steps for troubleshooting and correcting fault code P077A. Read all stored errors using an OBDI scan tool. Clear the errors and carry out a test drive to see if the P077A error appears again. If the code appears again, inspect the wires and connectors for damage. Test the output shaft speed and transmission fluid temperature sensor input circuits. Replace the faulty sensor if there is a problem. Flash or replace the PCM if necessary. Visually inspect all cables and connectors leading to the output shaft speed and transmission fluid temperature sensor. Carefully inspect for abrasions, exposed wires, or broken wires. Also look for melted or otherwise damaged areas. Repair if necessary. Electrical wiring. Check the wiring harness for loose connections, loose wires, or dirty terminals. Disconnect all wiring harness connections from the vehicle, output shaft speed sensor, TFT sensor, and PCM, ECM unit. Using a multimeter on an ohm scale, check for excessive resistance. If the resistance is too high, trace the bundle of wires through the circuit between each connector to determine the cause. If the resistance indicates that it has exceeded the limit, look for broken or damaged wires. Check for an earth fault in the wiring sections by moving the positive or negative conductor to a good earth connection. If there is resistance, there may be a short circuit to earth. The wiring harness should be checked for damage to the wiring harness or areas that could be grabbed by contact with the car chassis. Faulty wiring can often be the cause of error. P077A. Output shaft speed sensor. Some vehicles use a plastic gear at the end of the OSS sensor. Remove the OSS sensor and check the condition of the pinion. To determine if any teeth are missing or worn, replace the pinion if necessary. Check the wiring harness for possible signs of damaged cables or loose connections. Measure the resistance by removing the connector and using a digital multimeter adapted to the ohm scale. If the resistance is out of range or above the limit, replace the sensor. In conclusion, understanding fault code P077A is essential for maintaining your vehicle's performance. This code indicates a loss of steering signal related to the output speed sensor circuit, which can lead to various symptoms affecting your driving experience. By following the diagnostic steps and troubleshooting tips we've discussed, you can effectively identify the root cause of the issue. Remember, clearing the error code by hand is a straightforward process, but if the problem persists, seeking professional assistance is advisable. Regular maintenance and timely attention to these codes can help ensure your vehicle runs smoothly and safely. Thank you for watching, and drive safely.